Oh, there we go. Hey, lads, camera action. Let's go. Let's get it. Who is it going to be today? Let's see. Let's see.
I don't know if I told you guys this. If ever you come in and this is locked, just restart.
Okay.
And then it'll pop back up.
Thank you.
There's no like username and password.
Thank you. Who's this guy? Who's this
enter.
fella here? Never seen him before. Over there looking all studious with those books behind.
Morning, Your Honors.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And then
Good morning.
Okay. Here's a good thing to point out. So right now we're in the adjudication tab. Okay, that's where we do all of our adjudicating.
We don't
and
need
then once you press
adjudication.
approve,
Is it training day today?
What's
going on over here?
Kind of would ask me what
Got that
happened.
set up over here. Let me go ahead and move myself over here.
As long as,
like
because eventually the clerk's going to get to that and then like do a, I don't, if then it's still where after you're done with it, then it's gone.
Okay. Parental advisory.
Okay. So if you're able to catch it before she catches it, then you can go into finance.
All right, guys, just hold your horses. Let me move this out the way so we can see the individual that comes on. Let me see. Let me not cover my.
So those are the other two.
There we go.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are we today?
We are doing just fine for a Monday. How are you?
Monday.
Okay, we're ready. Thank you.
All right.
Let me grab just so you know, Your Honor. Rios.
Yes.
It's currently in the hospital. He's not here.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you for that, Snow. Highly appreciate it. Bam, right here. If you go right here at, if you want to see better, yeah. If you want to see a better screen, jump over to the other platform, which is the red icon with the white triangle.
She's got a
and it looks way better over there. The visual, you get everything. You get and you even get the TT chat too. So you won't miss out on the chat comments if that's what you're worried about. You will get both, or if you have two devices, jump on both. You know, double. Do the double trouble. But just a heads up, happy Monday, Michael. All right. James in Utah up. No, Utah's not happy today. They only had 2 hearings in Utah, so I don't think Utah's gonna happen today. If it took place, it's probably over by now. Yeah, I checked this morning and it was nothing worthwhile. So today we have 2 hearings from Connecticut. I'm running the first one right now. We saw a piece of it, the second one right now. So after that one's done, I'm gonna go ahead and run the second one. So happy day. So anybody that's new here, we do border parole hearings in various different states. We're currently doing court hearings in Arizona, but definitely looking to expand to a few different states. I've been fortunate enough to have a few people send me some links to other states, so I'm gonna be looking at those states to check if there's any restrictions on me being able to stream them, and if there's not, we're gonna go ahead and pull out all the stops, and it's gonna be all gas. It's all gas. It's gonna be all gas, no brakes. We're gonna be doing it. Did you have Michigan? Was somebody sent me I think somebody sent me a link for Minnesota or some state. I don't know. If you guys got any links, send them through.
Hi, sir. Can I get your
full name?
Out.
Alan Acevedo.
Your full name?
Alan G. Acevedo.
Mr. Acevedo, I'm seeing you this morning on a few different matters. You've got new felony charges of domestic violence, aggravated assault for impeding the airway, and domestic violence kidnapping. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. I'm also going to talk to you after about some misdemeanor warrants out of Tucson City. But as to the new felony charges, the state is recommending a $75,000 bond plus pretrial services. Given the allegations here,
you ain't going nowhere. And I want to go ahead and thank you guys for those of you that have followed the second account. I just hit over 600 subscribers, and I do have the option of going live there. So if this account ever goes down, we got the backup account. All right. So we got one in the chamber if we need so.
So it
So
looks
thank
like
you,
one
thank
of
you.
the pending misdemeanors is a domestic violence case as well involving the same alleged victim. I'll hear from defense.
Your Honor, he has a probation hold, so he's going to be held no bond regardless. We're asking for just a nominal bond, give him time credit.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was a no bond hold because when I looked it up on the jail website, it says that there's a $10,000 bond on that case, but then I saw pretrial said that there's a hold, so I don't know. I'm gonna order a $50,000 bond. It'll be cash or secured, released to pretrial services if that bond is posted, monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons, no contact of any kind with the alleged victim, Shauna Scarborough. Don't go to her residence or workplace. I'll put on my order that you can return one time with a law enforcement escort. So once you are eventually released from custody, you could take my court order to the nearest police station so that you could go back to the residence and get your things with a law enforcement escort.
Is that $10,000 bond correct? Because it also says detained without bond of the pretrial services.
I through the warrant that says here for CR 2000 to 2022 1250. Failure to appear for status conference petition for probation against the defendant release giving $10,000 to her parents.
Do you know if an IA has been set for that?
I do not know.
You know, okay.
He's arrested.
Okay.
Appears that he has.
Yeah, I'm guessing that that's gonna change to a no bond hold probably today, maybe because it was over the weekend. It just is showing as the bond amount that was on the warrant, but that's my guess. Okay. All right. And then, all right. So city court matters are a 2022 DUI and a 2024 the domestic violence assault and disorderly conduct. On those matters, I'll order a $1,000 cash or secured bond. We'll appoint the city public defender's office to represent you.
Forgive me, Your Honor. That's the other issue, not the 50,000.
These are city court matters.
Thank you. Thank you.
And hearing with Judge Surio in city court will be a video review on February the 4th at 1:45. And if you were out of custody, then you would need to get to city court on March 4th at 9:30. All right, sir, that is all. You're excused.
You ain't going nowhere. No free car for you, sir. Back to your bologna sandwiches. Adios, amigo. Next. And we'll go ahead and do one of these for good measure.
Sweet.
And for anybody that wants to watch, I do have two streams going on right now on YT. I got this one, and then I got a Border Parole hearing.
Hey,
so
sir,
you
can I
watch...
get your full name?
Ramon Andres Sneed.
Mr. Sneed, I am seeing you this morning on charges of possession of a dangerous drug, possession of a narcotic drug. You do have the right to remain silent.
Thank you.
Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. So, Mr. Sneed, I see that you're also being held on a probation hold. That is going to be without bond. At least until you see the judge on that matter. I'm not seeing you on that this morning. I'm just seeing you on the new charges. And so the state's asking for a $2,500 bond with pretrial services given that those circumstances. Did defense want to be heard on that?
No, that sounds reasonable, Judge.
All right, so we'll do a $2,500 cash or secured bond released pretrial. If that bond is posted, we'll set this for a
Thank you for the follow.
Mr. Poston, you didn't mark the steps hearing. Oh, Mr. Poston's not there.
I'm here, Your Honor.
Okay.
I'm here, Your Honor. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm going to set
Thank
it for
you.
a smart hearing or steps hearing.
Steps.
Judge,
And-
can you hear me?
Yep.
This is the umpteenth time this computer has dropped off. I'm going to hop on a different system.
Okay, but I'm going to set Mr. Sneed for a smart or a steps hearing. You didn't mark it, but it's simple possession.
Do we have
Okay,
anybody from
all right.
Arizona in here?
I'm setting it for a smart hearing on February 3rd at 9 o'clock in the morning. And preliminary hearing is going to be February 6th. All right.
Have you ever been
And
incarcerated?
if you're released, monitoring or treatment by pretrial, no alcohol or illegal drugs.
Can you guys
That's
give
all,
us
sir. You're excused.
some feedback on the steps or smart program? Nix just got out in October. So what's up? What steps and what's smart? If you don't mind sharing with us over here that are not familiar with these programs. Steps is like, hey, okay, all right, cool. Thank you, Jasmine.
Sorry, Judge.
What about
No
smart?
problem.
But to answer your question, yes, this is step sales.
I gave him a smart hearing. Steps hearing.
Steps and smart. We're on nosy. Next, who's coming up next? Hey, let's go ahead and what do you guys think the next individual that's coming up? What do you think they're here for? Emojis and wrong answers. Damn, he looks pretty. Dang, what?
Hi, sir.
What?
Can I get your full name?
Derek Stefan.
Hi, Mr. Fry. I'm
Looking
seeing
like
you
a
this
caveman.
morning on a few different matters. You have a new charge of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree. And then you've got a number of warrants out of Tucson City Court. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Looking like a
I'm going to hold you on a couple of bonds on this new misdemeanor charge. I'll order a $250 cash bond, order that you not go back to the incident location. I'm going to appoint an attorney for you in Pima County Justice Court. That'll be Jill Gookin. And then you're going to have a hearing tomorrow to deal with this. That is January 28th at 1 o'clock in the afternoon in Pima County Justice Court.
man. He looks like a teen wolf.
27.
Looking like a teen wolf in America.
And then on your city court matters, looks like I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 files, all from last year, all involving criminal trespass, 1 shoplifting, disorderly conduct, prescription drugs,
Damn. He's
threats
like a
and
walking
intimidation,
pharmacy.
disorderly conduct, etc.
Hey,
On
so for
those matters, I'm going to order that you be held on a $1,500 cash or secured bond. Don't go back to any of those incident locations. I'm going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you, and you'll be seen by video on February 4th at 1:45. If you were to post the bonds, you would need to get to
Circle K.
Tucson City Court on February 27th at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Not the Circle K. Hey, I know if you guys are on TT, I know you guys don't like how it looks, but there's a particular reason that I have it like this is so I could keep on going, so I could keep on running these streams. If you do want to, if you do want to be able to see them a
All
lot
right, sir,
clearer,
that's all. You're excused.
jump over to our other platform right
Angels
here.
and Dice.
The name's right here. You just type that into the search bar. I do have 2 streams going on, so make sure it's
Good morning.
it's a court hearings, not the
Good morning.
Board of
Can I
Parole
get your full
hearings.
name, please?
Angel Leonard Gonzalez.
Next,
All right, Mr. Gonzalez. I'm
DV
seeing you this morning on a number of different matters. You have a new charge of criminal trespass,
trespasser.
and then you've got several warrants out of Tucson City Court. We'll deal with those next. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Thank you for the share, Francis. Highly appreciate it. Thank you, Free Spirit. Thank you for the follow. Highly appreciate it. You're not a Scrooge McDuck or a Mrs. Krabby Patty. You're a Mr. Krabby Patty. Highly appreciate it. And if you haven't done so, please do so. Hit that follow button. It's free 99. Doesn't
All right,
cost you a
so you've
damn
got
thing.
the matters in City Court go back to 2020. There's 3 from 2020 and 1 from 2022 that are in warrant status. So I'm going to order bonds on, yes, sir.
I would just like to say, so like I am more stable now. I do have a place of residence. I am more stable. I am currently on drug court. I drop every day. I've been clean for the past 17 months. I actually am enrolled at Hope doing MRT classes currently. I just finished ILP. I am going to be enrolling in anger management and doing domestic violence classes. I was wondering maybe if you would be able to help me since I'm more stable now and do have a current living address, and I'm actually trying to be a better member of society. And I mean, you can contact I'm on drug court right now. You can contact my PO and ask about how I've been doing. I mean, I've been doing really good, honestly. And I'm not trying to go back, take any steps back. I'm just trying to move forward from now on.
Where are you in drug court?
I'm in drug court for Superior Court for Tucson here.
Okay.
My judge is Miss Miller.
So I have 2 streams running on YT. I have this stream, and then I have.
But I am currently on drug court, and I am doing my drops every day. I am clean. I am participating in all the help that they are offering me, which is like MRT classes, ILPs. I also just finished my Just One Life certification to become a peer support specialist.
All right.
So, like I said, I'm really trying.
I hear you. That's all really good stuff. Where are you living? What's your address?
It's 7015 South Calypso Court. I am with my tia, with my aunt. I actually just finished my assessment for Section 8, so hopefully within the next couple of weeks, I should be getting that through Pueblo Community Housing.
Okay.
My case manager is Jenny.
All right. So I guess my only question is, you've got a lot of good stuff going on, but you've got warrants in Tucson City Court. How come you're not dealing with those?
I apologize for that. Like I said, this is all new to me, the probation and everything. So I'm trying to get everything in order to make sure I am on top of everything.
All right.
Appointments, everything, a big thing about my past was time management, and stuff like that. So I've been working on that a lot lately, making sure I'm getting to appointments on time,
All right.
Everything. So.
All right. You're doing good. That all sounds really good. And now I see I see that address that you gave to the police. All right. So I'm going to release you. All right. Because I want you to keep going. It sounds like you've got some good things and I don't want to stop that. But I'm going to give you, now you're going to have 2 new court dates in addition to your drug court stuff. So you're going to get it all written down.
Hey, what's up with this
Counsel, would you mind writing these dates down for him just so he's got them in a couple of places? All right. Thank you. I really appreciate it. All right. So on the Pima County Justice Court matter, you're going to go to court on February 26th at 8:30 in the morning. Don't go back to that incident location that you were arrested from, okay?
Circle K.
Yes, ma'am.
He's going to go back to that same place, guaranteed.
Right. And then your city court date
This fool came with a whole
is
novel.
going to be with Judge Blue in mental health for you to go and see him and tell him what you're up to.
Sure, thank you.
He's
All right.
up to no
That
good.
one is going to be on March 4th at 9:30 in the morning.
He's not going to make that.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, was it 9:30?
Yes. Tucson City Court, Judge Blue.
Judge Blue.
All right, sir. Make sure you get to those court dates. Keep doing what you're doing, all right?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're excused.
Have a good evening.
You
Hey, so yeah, I do have access to TikTok Live Studio. There's a reason that I don't use it, because if I use it, they're gonna hack my account. I used it in the past.
Hi, can I get your full name, please?
It was good till it was bad.
Tyler Wayne Goodine.
Mr. Goodine, I'm seeing you this morning on charges of refusing to provide your truthful name and drug paraphernalia.
Well, you got that one.
Looks like those are
the people.
Those are new charges.
He practiced through the
And you've got a Department of Corrections hold. So you're going to be held without bond on that, but I do not have probable cause to hold you on these new charges. So I'm going to order that you be released.
Released?
Since
Damn.
they did not provide me with that, and order that those new charges be dismissed without prejudice. So DOC likely will come and pick you up sometime in the near future. We don't need to set a hearing for him.
Going back to
For the
pinta.
DOC hold? No? Okay. All right. So, yep, I'm releasing you.
Back to prison.
And so DOC should be coming to get you. Okay, sir? All right. You're excused.
Hey, and anybody that jumps over to the other platform, DOC, Department of Corrections. The AZDOC, Arizona Department of Corrections.
Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Hey, Portillo.
Mr. Portillo, I am seeing you this morning on 3 counts of domestic violence, disorderly conduct. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Drop 1, flush 1. Courtesy flush. Gracias, Nez. Highly appreciate that.
Pretrial services was not able to get in contact with the alleged victim, your wife.
But why
so I don't know what her position is.
Grand Rising Nez.
And your daughter and niece.
We got 300. If you're not tapping, you must be napping. What up? Do your thing. Hit the screen. Tap, tap, tap. Don't be a Scrooge McDuck. They're free, the hearts. You might get carpal tunnel, but don't trip. It'll be worth it.
So, sir, if I were to order that you not go back to that residence at this time, do you have somewhere else you can go?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Where would you go?
To my dad's, 3324 East 24th Street.
Okay.
Thank you for that. Duly noted.
All right, so I'm going to order that you be released on your promise to appear in court. I'm ordering that you commit no further acts of domestic violence. Yep. I'm going to order that you not return to the residence at this time. I will put in my order that you can return with a law enforcement escort to collect your personal belongings. So you would take my court order to the nearest police station to have them go with you to get your things. I'm not going to order no contact with your wife at this time because you share children. But if you were to contact her and she does not want to have contact with you, you need to respect that and end the contact at that time. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
All right. And then you're going to need to be in Pima County Justice Court on February 26th at 10:30 in the morning, or a warrant can issue for your arrest. All right?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. You're excused.
Next, man. Man, what's up, Pima County? I guess they don't have space for anybody. What do you guys think the next individual's here for?
Yes, sir.
Hi, ma'am. Can I get your full name?
Jasmine and Bennett.
Miss Bennett, I'm seeing you this morning on charges of domestic violence, assault, and disorderly conduct. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty for you at this time and advise you that you're ordered to appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. So, ma'am, I am going to order that you be released on your promise to appear in court on these charges. I'm ordering that you commit no further acts of domestic violence. Pretrial services was not able to get in contact with the alleged victim, your boyfriend, so I don't know what his position is. But if you were to get in contact with him, or if you share a residence with him and you go to the residence and he doesn't want you to be there, you need to go somewhere else. And you need to respect his wishes to have no contact if that's what he wants, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then you need to be in Tucson City Court on February 28th at 9 o'clock in the morning, or a warrant can issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes. May I get that written down?
You're going to get it in writing before you leave, okay? All right, you're excused.
Robert Gomez.
Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Robert Micah Gomez.
Mr. Gomez, I'm seeing you this morning on a charge of domestic violence, disorderly conduct. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty for you at this time and advise you that you're ordered to appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. Sir, I'm going to order that you be released on these charges. I'm ordering that you commit no further acts of domestic violence. The victim, Mr. Taylor, does not want you to return to the residence, so you're going to need to go somewhere else. You have somewhere else you can go and stay?
I haven't lived with this man for about a year now, and he just did this report just to do it. I live with somebody else completely different now.
Okay. Oh, yep, I see now that this is an allegation from May 14th. Okay, very good. I'm going to order that you have no contact of any kind with him, that you not go to his residence, and you are going to need to be in Tucson City Court on March 4th at 9:30 in the morning, or a warrant can issue for your arrest. You're going to get paperwork with that information on it before you leave. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
You too.
Honor?
Yes.
The next one, Mr. Miranda Peralta, is the Spanish speaker. Do we have an interpreter on board?
Yes, we do.
Next up,
Yes, Your Honor. The interpreter is ready.
Price is wrong. Let's see what Mr. Miranda did. Let me guess. It starts with a D and it ends with a V. Let me see. What do you guys think?
What number is he?
What do you guys think what Mr. Miranda did? ¿Qué hizo Mr. Miranda? Y ahora voy a estar traduciendo para esos que no hablan inglés.
Hey, sir, can I get your full name?
Buenos días, señor. ¿Me puede dar su nombre completo?
René Miranda Peralta.
René Miranda Peralta.
Sí.
Hey, sir, I am seeing you this morning on a charge of domestic violence, disorderly conduct. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Hey, that's 4, right?
Señor, esta mañana está compareciendo ante mí por una acusación de violencia doméstica, alteración al orden público. Tiene el derecho de permanecer callado. Todo lo que diga puede y será utilizado en su contra.
Give me just a moment to review your paperwork.
Drop one, flush
Un
one, ladies
momentito.
and gentlemen.
Nada más deme un momentito para revisar los documentos.
Okay.
Wow. Dang, what in the world makes it? I'm telling you guys, man. Hey, if you guys are ever passing by Pima County, proceed with serious caution. And if you live there, good luck to you guys.
Sir, I'm going to order that you be released on your promise to appear in court, and I'm ordering that you commit no further acts of domestic violence.
Señor, voy a ordenar que usted quede libre con la promesa de que va a presentarse a sus próximas audiencias y que no va a cometer actos adicionales de violencia doméstica.
Ok, de acuerdo.
Yes, I agree.
Right. And sir, pretrial services was not able to get in contact with the alleged victim, your girlfriend, so I don't know what her position is.
Bueno, señor, la agencia de los servicios previos al juicio no se pudo comunicar con la presunta víctima, que es su novia. Entonces no sabemos cuál es la posición de ella o su postura.
But if you were to get in contact with her and she does not want to have contact with you, it needs to end at that time. Do you understand?
Bueno, no, pero si usted se comunica con ella y ella no desea tener contacto con usted, usted se tiene que alejar y obedecer eso. ¿Le queda claro?
Sí, me queda muy claro.
Yes, perfectly clear.
Right. And you need to be in Pima County Justice Court on February 26th at 10:30 in the morning, or a warrant can issue for your arrest. You are going to get paperwork with that information on it before you leave.
Bueno, y entonces usted tiene que comparecer en Pima County Justice Court el día 26 de febrero a las 10:30 de la mañana. Si usted no se presenta a esa audiencia, se puede emitir una orden para que lo arresten. Y usted va a recibir un documento con toda esa información antes de que se vaya.
You understand, sir?
Ok. ¿Le quedó claro, señor?
Sí, o sea, pero ¿a qué lugar tenía que venir a la corte? ¿Aquí mismo?
Yes, the only thing is, when do I have to come back? Is it here, the same place that I'm at right now?
No, it's the Pima County Justice Court. You're going to get paperwork with that information on it.
No, señor, es Pima County Justice Court, es el Tribunal de Justicia, pero usted va a recibir un documento donde dice la dirección y a dónde tiene que ir.
Ah, muy perfecto. Debo estar pendiente del documento.
Perfect. So I'll be on the lookout for that document and that info.
Okay, thank you, sir. You're excused.
Gracias, señor. Puede retirar.
Hey, you definitely made a good point with
Pero,
that, with Super Bowl and
Thank
that
you, Ms.
Monday after
Fernandez.
Super
You're
Bowl.
excused.
There's definitely going to be it's going to be crazy.
Mr. Miller?
Cállese. There's going to be a lot of cases of DV for Super Bowl, especially if your team loses. It's going to be all
Hi,
bad.
sir. Can I get your full name?
Stephen Michael Miller.
Miller, I am seeing you this morning on charges of burglary in the 3rd degree, 2 counts,
about time we
theft
get a
and
regular.
criminal trespass of a residential yard. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the legal defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. State is recommending a $7,500 bond plus pretrial services. Given the fact that he is.
Hey, this interpreter is a lot better than the one at Maricopa County.
Your Honor.
Yes, that's
It
was
it's given the fact that he's on probation for burglary, the very same charge he finds himself in court again. And on this one, it's pretty damning in that he was seen on video stealing property and breaking video cameras at somebody's residence. This is trespass 1. It doesn't get any worse. And Your Honor, based on his history, $7,500.
And Mr. Poston, I think you're mistaken. He's not on probation. He's got one prior from 2012 for drugs.
In that case,
successfully completed probation on that case.
in that case, we're looking at 20 plus PTS, Your Honor.
25, you said?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, defense?
Your Honor, we're asking for release. He has one prior from over 10 years ago. He successfully completed probation, and he's indicated he has housing and employment available.
Great. I'm going to order that you be released to pretrial services. Sir, you need to check in with them when you get out. I'm ordering monitoring or treatment as directed by them. And I'm ordering that you do not return to that incident location and that you have no contact of any kind with your co-defendants. Do you understand all of that?
Yes, I do.
All right. And your preliminary hearing date. I'm going to give you a preliminary hearing date, but this is very likely going to change. You're going to get a hearing at a later date. So it's really important that you're in touch with pretrial and with your attorney so that you know when to get to court. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. I'm not sure which preliminary hearing date to give because it's possible that I'm going to hold his co-defendants in custody. So I'm thinking I should just.
This guy's the worst type of trespasser.
All right. I'm going to give you the out of custody one of February 6th. Or no, sorry, February 18th.
Thank you for the follow. Christy and me 71. Highly appreciated. It's free 99.
We'll amend that if I end up holding his co-defendants.
The state is set as a placeholder, so waiting to make a decision. Most important, when you're out, the pretrial services and the legal defender's office. Yeah, those. What
did he do? I had a call. He's a trespasser.
Misdemeanor statute.
And theft, I believe. And vandalism or something like that.
Thank you, Judge.
Destruction of property.
Welcome. Take care.
Thank you.
Hey, and if you haven't done so, check out the latest videos I clipped up on my profile. Check out the girl with the 5 dogs. It's I know it sounds crazy, 5 girls and a dog. That sounds kind of crazy, or 5 girls and 5 acts. Check it out and please please repost if you will. Also, let's not forget about the hobo. The dog lover. I re-edited. Yep. I wish I was making this up on this account. Yep. I think it's the last video that I did. I better than a cup. The judge was against me from the beginning. It be like that sometimes. Hey, thank you for the follow. Highly appreciate it. Remember, it's free 99.
While we have a second, Ms. Munoz, I wanted to ask you a question, if you don't mind. I'm just curious. I'm looking at Mr. Pryor, and you put that he has no adult probation hold. I don't see that yet in the on the jail website. So I'm curious, where do you get that information from?
This is
the jail. He does have a probation hold.
Right.
Pima County.
Go ahead, Ms. Munoz.
This is Pima County.
Oh yes, I checked in Spillman, but I can double check again to make sure I saw it right. But
I'm not questioning that it's right. I'm just curious where you get the information, because the only way for me to see it is if the jail has it. So I guess you're looking at it before the jail has entered it into their system, I guess.
Yeah. What I'm looking at is from their jail roster for that booking enters.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, China.
Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Robert Pryor.
Mr. Pryor, I am seeing you this morning on charges of 2 counts of third-degree burglary, theft, and criminal trespass of a residential yard. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. Sir, I see that you're also being held without bond on a probation violation that you have out of Superior Court. I am not seeing you on that today. You're going to be seen separately in Superior Court on that sometime in the next week or so, but you are being held no bond at this time on that matter. State's asking for a $7,500 bond with pretrial services. I think this is the one that Mr. Poston, you were
Yes, you're
saying he was on probation for the burglary. So did defense want to be heard?
I mean, in light of that, he's going to be held no bond. We don't really have much to add. He's going to be held no bond.
All right, I'm going to order a $5,000 cash bond.
No
Sorry,
music
Your
over
Honor,
here.
I was answering a question.
No problem.
What was the amount?
$5,000, cash or secured, released to pretrial, if posted, monitoring or treatment is directed by pretrial, and do not return to that incident location. No contact of any kind with your co-defendants.
I know you guys have some questions in regards to
And
the dogs.
preliminary hearing will be on February 6th.
To be honest with you, I'm not sure what the dogs did to her or what she did to the dogs.
All right, sir, that's all. You're excused.
But what I can tell you is this: that those dogs got a protective order from that young lady. Also, it is rumored that she got banned from Petco and all major pet shops.
You're right.
I still didn't watch the video. I just watched it. Ay. I could only use my imagination, and my imagination is pretty horrific, pretty warped. So I could only imagine what she did to those poor puppies.
Hello.
Sir, can I get
What
your
up,
full name?
hotness?
Protector Jose Salgado.
Mr. Salgado, I'm seeing you this morning on a couple of different matters. You've got new charges of possession of a narcotic drug, possession of a dangerous drug, and drug paraphernalia. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the legal defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. I'm also seeing you on a warrant out of Superior Court for a failure to appear at your arraignment, and I believe this is the second time we've issued this warrant. You've been arrested already on this a couple of times and released to pretrial. That's for failure to register and failure to notify of your address or name change. Those are allegations from 2021.
Toilet flush.
As the state is recommending a $5,000 bond plus pretrial. Mr. Poston, is that concurrent or consecutive?
Be consecutive, Your Honor.
All right. I'll hear from defense.
Your Honor, in light of his housing situation and financial situation, we're asking for something lower. Is probably anything over a house that is going to be considered no bond for him.
All right, on the warrant matter, Given the multiple failures to appear on that, I'm going to order a $10,000 bond. It'll be cash or secured, released to pretrial if that bond is posted, monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial.
This guy, we're gonna have to do a wood chipper.
And I'll order that you report to the Pima County Sheriff's Department ID unit within 2 working days from your release from custody.
Wood chipper, preferably feet first.
The arraignment is scheduled for February 3rd at 1:30 in Superior Court. And then on the new drug charges, I'm going to order a $500 cash or secured bond. And we'll set a steps hearing for February 3rd at 9 o'clock. We'll set the preliminary hearing for February 6th. Legal defender is appointed on that matter as well.
He didn't register, failed to register. So there's only one thing that I know
That's
that
all, sir. You're excused.
That you could fail to register too, and it's not good. It's one of those type of charges.
Are you talking to an attorney about that sort of stuff? But that's not going to be real for
bingo.
Okay, but you can talk to them if you have some incorrect information related to your situation.
On the drug charges.
This is no, this is what do you call it? Pima County. I'm not sure what FTR is. No Nintendo. But yeah, so so he violated parole because he would have got arrested anyways if he wasn't on parole or probation, because you have to register when you have those type of crimes. Every time you move, you got to keep your information up. You got to keep them updated as far as, you know, your location or your whereabouts. And that's pretty much in most states, it's lifetime registration. Oh, for FTR, okay, thank you. So unless they have a different type of fail to register in Arizona. Like I know it is in Georgia. Next, let's see who's up next on The Price is Wrong.
Yes. Either through Hope or my grandmother's. Okay. Yeah.
And it's a trip because if you look at him, like he's all tatted up, you're like, man, this guy, you know, you can't tell, you know, but hey.
Hey, sir, give me just a moment.
Chameleon. Get all blasted in the face. And you can't tell. You just never know. Even like when it comes to like schools or people like in authority and stuff, you just never know. You can't tell. You can't tell by looking at the banner, so we can see them.
I've attended all my court dates.
Have you met with your attorney?
You know, everybody's screen is different because I have a second phone right here, and I'm able to see them clearly without the banner.
Is it probation?
Yes.
Do you happen to know who your attorney is?
Welcome to You Have a
CollectCallFrom.
Do me a favor, guys. Hit that
absolutely.
Hit that follow button. It's free 99.
It's a classic undesignated.
Now I can't see the judge.
Actually, they a misdemeanor.
I don't know. I can't make you happy then, I guess.
I feel like that's pretty optimistic of him, but he's that.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, you can help away.
There we go.
Because it's LBD or some data. The one that you're supposed to be.
Please get your daily heart. Please get your daily heart.
Holiday Avenue, your parents' house.
Yes, ma'am.
On my screen, the arrows on the head. Yeah.
Right. Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Thank you.
Yes, Sabigny Avila.
Mr. Avila, I'm seeing you this morning on charges of possession of narcotic drug, possession of drug paraphernalia. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I will appoint the legal defender's office to represent you. And you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. It's like the state is asking for a $7,500 bond in lieu of no bond. I do see release to pretrial services. So they could be asking for a no bond, but instead they're asking for $7,500. Defense?
Your Honor, we're asking for release. Mr. Avila has indicated that he has been meeting with his attorney and going to his court dates in his other Pima County case. He has a 6 open plea available to him. So to allow him to proceed with his case and not disrupt that moving forward, he also has housing available, I should add. We're asking that he be released.
Stars. Hey, can somebody, I'm a bit...
Right, and I do see, I mean, it's scheduled for a change of plea in a few days this week. Is that your understanding, Mr. Avila? You're going to go to court on...
Yes, Your Honor. I do, and I just got out of a program. I'm sober. I'm going to all my court dates. This is from a few months ago, and I'm going to figure it out as well, but I plan to follow through with all my court proceedings. Absolutely.
Okay, yep, you're right. This is from November. All right, good. Well, I don't want to interrupt the good that you're doing, so I'm going to order that you be released to pretrial services on this one as well, okay? Make sure that you call your attorney right away and let them know that you've been charged with this, because they may want to do something with that before you take your plea on Friday. Your attorney's at the legal defender's office, is that right?
Yeah, Jacob Irwin, I believe.
Great. Okay. All right. So give him a call and let him know. Monitoring or treatment is directed by pretrial, no alcohol or illegal drugs, and preliminary hearing date we will set for February 18th. You're likely not going to go to court on that date. You'll get a hearing at a later date on this one. So just keep staying in touch with pretrial and with your attorney, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're welcome. You're excused.
Oh, I know. I know. Thank you.
This one. Oh, wait. What's your lesson?
Oh, sir, can I get your full name?
Excuse me, Alexander Drummond.
Mr. Drummond, I am seeing you this morning on a warrant that you have out of Nevada for charge of domestic battery by strangulation. I see that Nevada asked for a no bond, but I believe that it says that this is a pre-conviction situation, so I need to order a bond.
Your Honor, considering it's a strangulation of $75,000.
You ain't going nowhere, Tyler.
Defense?
Diesel therapy.
I mean, it looks like he's here for the gem show, Your Honor. He is employed. I mean, I don't know if Vegas is going to come get him or Nevada's going to come get him.
Oh, they're going to come get him.
Whatever feels appropriate, Judge.
What up, Nisha?
So I am seeing no priors at all. At least that was the information collected by pretrial, and no previous arrest.
Strangulation.
I just have to be the list for the two.
One. Drop one, flush one. Hey, Joe, how's it going? Hey, what up, Joe? What up, Jigga Joe? How's it going? Drop one, flush one.
So, sir. Sir. Hey.
Domestic violence.
Can you see me?
Yes, ma'am. On the screen, I can see you.
Okay. So I see that you've got no prior criminal history. That's the information that we have. I see that you've never been arrested in this matter, and that you've been living in North Carolina, and you're here for the gem show. So I am going to give you a shot here from outside of the jail.
What?
All right. Yeah. So I don't want to. I'm not asking you any questions. I'm telling you things. Yeah,
shut your
okay.
Mouth. Shut your mouth.
I'm going to release you to pretrial services. You need to check in with them when you get out. You need to get in touch with your attorney at the legal defender's office when you get out. You need to call them right away and make sure that everybody has your contact information. Okay? You're going to stay here in Pima County and go to work. And I'm going to set a review hearing in Superior Court with me this Friday, January 31st at 2:30 in the afternoon. You have to be at that hearing or I am going to issue a warrant for your arrest, and then you very likely will not get out of custody at that time. All right? You need to take care of this, because if you don't, Nevada is going to be really mad at me for letting you out of custody, okay, without a bond.
Extremely mad.
So I'm trusting that you're going to take care of this. You're going to see me in court on Friday with your attorney so that we can hear more from the state about whether or not Nevada is wanting to extradite you and how quickly that might happen. All right, so stay in touch with everybody, and you'll see me in court on Friday, Superior Court at 2:30. Got it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Judge, I want to clarify, you released him to the supervision of pretrial services?
Correct.
Okay.
And I'm ordering, I'll just one other order, that you have no contact of any kind with the alleged victim from this. Don't call her on the phone or anything, okay? All right.
Hey, that's wild right there. That's wild. She knows she's not supposed to let that fool go, and she's letting him go. I wonder why. That's the $1 million question.
So then you're on the 8th floor. The address is
There has to be some type of connection that she's letting him go. It's Utah. If you're from Utah, you know who runs Utah.
Friday, 2:30.
And you guys are connecting the dots. I'm not gonna say it because I'm not trying to, you know, ruffle any feathers, if you will. But I think they might be part of the same group, if you will.
Good
morning.
Sir, can I get your full name, please?
It was a domestic violence.
Daniel Mar Lopez Figueroa.
Mr. Figueroa, seeing you this morning on charges of possession of narcotic drugs, possession of dangerous drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I will appoint the legal defender's office to represent you. You've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. Mr. Poston, you say pretrial services in a couple of places here, but also 2,500. I'm seeing no prior history and steps eligible. You pretrial, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So, sir, I'm going to order that you be released to the third-party custody of pretrial services. You need to check in with them when you get out. I'm ordering monitoring or treatment as directed by them. No alcohol or illegal drugs. We're going to set what's called a STEPS hearing. You are very likely eligible for a drug diversion program where if you get to court, I'm going to give you a court date in a week. If you get to that hearing and you participate in some drug treatment, you could have these drug charges dismissed before they're ever formally charged, which would be a really good thing for you given your lack of history, okay? So you're going to go to Pima County Superior Court on the 3rd floor in 1 week from today, next Monday, February 3rd at 9 o'clock in the morning, and counsel will waive time for the PH.
Yes, Judge.
We'll make that March 13th. All right, sir. So when you get out, get in touch with pretrial, your attorney at the legal defender's office, be in Superior Court in a week. All right?
Sounds good. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. You're excused.
So like she said, if you show up for this hearing, you're very likely separate account for you. Those two state treatments. So you do want to make sure.
And we're back.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Welcome.
All right, guys, they're on to me. They are on.
What's your last name?
All right, sir. You have a great day.
And if you haven't done so, please do so. Jump over to our other platform. Jump over to the.
Hi, ma'am. Can I get your full name?
Alyssa Holmes.
Ms. Holmes, I'm seeing you this morning on a couple of different matters. You're charged with felony charges of.
Thank you for sharing, Tita. I encourage you guys.
Drug paraphernalia.
To jump over to.
And narcotic possession. I'm not certain if they're charging her. I have to look at the statute with sales or not. There's a reference to sales, and I know that Mr. Poston, you put sales in your recommendation, but I don't think there's probable cause as to sales.
State submits on the written record, Your Honor. All right.
I know, I mean, there's 71 pills, but it reads to me like there's no other indicia of sales, and it looks like it's personal, so I'm going to go with personal. And there's also a misdemeanor charge of driving under the influence, but I don't see any probable cause as to that either. The interim complaint says that it was a slump driver, and there's no indication that that she was in actual physical control. So I am gonna dismiss the DUI charge without prejudice.
Thank you for those of you that jumped over from CT to YT. Highly appreciate it. Man,
I'm just going to check on the statute and see what they put on the interim here. If this is, no, this can't be sales because it's an F4. So, all right. So given that, Miss Holmes, it looks like you are very likely eligible for a drug diversion program.
I got 2 streams.
Where if you get to court in a week, I'm going to release you to pretrial services. So if you get to your hearing in a week and you participate in some drug treatment, you could possibly have these felony drug charges dismissed before they're ever formally charged, which would be a really great thing for you because it looks like you've got no felony history. So you could keep that clean record if you do this program. Are you interested in that?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to order that you be released to pretrial services. Monitoring or treatment is directed by them. No alcohol or illegal drugs. Public defender is appointed. Steps hearing is in 1 week from today, Monday, February 3rd, 9 o'clock in the morning, Superior Court on the 3rd floor. And counsel waive time?
Yes, Judge.
We'll make that PH March 13th. All right, ma'am, you understand all of that?
Yes, but this is the important. You've shown for this one very likely you'll be the contract that you take over with the attorney. You go to the contract, you continue getting some treatment. Take the treatment.
I know you guys couldn't see it, but I got 2 streams going on YT. I got parole board hearings and I got this one, the one I'm on. You gotta hit the live button, and it's gonna be.
So not to say
it's gonna be the second hearing, the one that says initial appearances.
It's not 30 days from this. They're going to review the treatment provider. They say this is what we recommend, and then that's the third thing to start. Usually, for most people, it's IOC comes about through the patient's passes.
So you see right there is the
So
second
it's
one.
here. Yeah, that's the big one. Yeah, we show up for that. That's the next step, basically. And also call pretrial services once you get out of custody today.
What up,
Okay.
Ostrich?
Seeing those 2 things. Right.
So yeah, I forget to mention that sometimes I'll run 2 streams. I'll be on one, and then I'll be running the other one will be solo. So the solo one is the board hearings. This is the initial
Hi, sir,
appearances.
can I get your full name?
Jose Luna.
Mr. Luna, I'm seeing you this morning on charges of domestic violence, aggravated harassment, and stalking. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I will appoint the legal defender's office to represent you. And you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. Mr. Poston, your recommendation came out blank. Did you have one?
Yeah. All right, this one, Mr. Luna is accused of having violated an order of protection. It appears to be a clear and 1 moment. One moment.
Man, they let him out. He violated it. Do you guys think they're gonna let him out again? What do you guys think? This judge is she's being mighty lenient today. Let's see what she does with this guy. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if she let him go. But let's see. Let's see what it is.
Give me just a second, Your Honor. I'm just going to fill this one up.
Where are they? Where are they today? What are they? Today we're in Pima today. Pima County. She's gonna let him out.
Yes, Your Honor. In this case, actually, I'm not sure what happened to the text here, but Your Honor, this person is subject to an order of protection, protecting the mother of his child, and on several instances, it is documented that he violated the order of protection. In one instance, following her whilst she drove, and then later in the day, the vehicle was seen in their neighborhood. There's apparently video, and then there was, and it would appear that the defendant the victim actually went ahead and verified some information with a third party that made it even more likely that indeed it was this person that has been violating order of protection. Considering all of the circumstances, Your Honor, and looking at, I'm going to pull back up the pretrial on this individual, the state is most concerned about this person's direct risk to the protected party. It is considered a violent felony, and looking at this, he is a yes for a new violent crime risk and a 4 and a 3. And I am looking at history of theft, kidnap, robbery, armed robbery. 25. Actually, in this one, Your Honor, $50,000 plus pretrial release, pretrial services.
Defense.
He does have housing available separate from the alleged victim. Does have employment. We would just ask for something less than $50,000.
I'll make it a $25,000 bond. It'll be cash or secured, released to pretrial if posted, monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial. No acts of domestic violence, no firearms or weapons, no contact of any kind with the alleged victim who has an active order of protection. That's Nicole Alvarez. Do not go to her residence, workplace, contact her on the phone or any other way. And I'm going to order that you do not go within 1,000 feet of her residence.
Okay.
Preliminary hearing date is scheduled for February 6th, but sir, that hearing is very likely not going to happen on that date. You'll get a hearing at a later date. So if you do post your bond, you need to make sure you're in touch with pretrial and with your attorney so that you know when to get to court. All right, sir, that's all. You're excused.
Next. All right. Hey, if you're not tapping, you must be napping. If you're napping.
Hey, sir, can I get your full name?
My name is Jose Alfredo Munoz.
Mr. Munoz, I am seeing you this morning on a few different matters. You've got some warrants out of different jurisdictions. You've got one out of Sierra Vista Justice Court for charges of DUI and false reporting to law enforcement from 2023. And it looks like you've been arrested and released on this a few times. And then you've also got a DUI out of Cochise County Bisbee Court that is also from 2023. And then you've got one warrant out of Pima County Justice Court for contracting without a license from 2019. Both Bisbee Court and Sierra Vista Court both asked for me to hold you on bonds. So I'm going to order on the Cochise County matter. They asked for a $5,000 bond, so I will make that $5,000. If you were to post your bond, no alcohol or illegal drugs, do not drive without a valid driver's license. We're going to set a review hearing for February 27th at 9 o'clock in the morning. If you're still here, but you likely will get picked up by them if you do not post the bond. If you do end up posting your bonds, you've got to get in contact with them to get court dates where you can use those bonds and warrants will issue again. All right, on the Sierra Vista matter, they asked for a $1,500 bond, so that'll be cash or secured, and you'll have that same review hearing if you're still in custody.
It's actually
actually they were working on to get me for the class 4 felony on the Bisbee, which is Cochise County, State County as the Sierra Vista. I was going to plead guilty to the felony.
Sir, I need to know that you're going to deal with the court there on that. I'm just imposing your release conditions right now. I'm on this Pima County Justice Court matter. I'm going to order that you be released so that one of those other jurisdictions can come and pick you up. But you're still going to have to deal with this old 2019 case. If you don't deal with it, warrants are just going to keep issuing for your arrest. Do you understand that? All right, I'm going to set a hearing for you on February 3rd at 1:30, but I'll put in your paperwork that you are likely going to be in custody still at that time. All right, sir, that's all. You're excused.
What's up with his neck? Damn.
Yeah.
Be careful there, buddy. Next.
All that, señor.
Let's see what's up on the prices right today.
Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Gabriel Nicholson.
All right, Mr. Nicholson, I'm seeing you this morning on a couple of matters. Both are, well, one is a misdemeanor from January 17th of this year for shoplifting. We'll get to that one next. You're also charged with aggravated shoplifting. That is a felony charge. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. On the felony, I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. State is recommending a $7,500 bond plus pretrial services. Given the failure here, high scores on the risk scales. So I'll hear from defense.
I mean, I would just ask to consider something lower than that in light of his indigency.
All right, on the felony, I'll order a $5,000 bond. It'll be cash or secured, released to pretrial services. If that bond is posted, monitoring or treatment is directed by pretrial. Do not go back to Walmart.
Not the Walmart.
Preliminary hearing date is scheduled for February 6th, but sir, that hearing is very likely not going to happen on that date. You're going to get a hearing at a later date. So if you do post your bond, you would need to make sure that you're in touch with pretrial and with your attorney so you know when to get to court. Right. Now on this justice court matter, well, I'm going to order a $500 after secured bond on that. I will appoint Douglas Taylor to represent you in Pima County Justice Court.
Hey, as long as he could go to Circle K, he'll be all right.
Don't go back to that incident location, which is also a Walmart. The same Walmart, I think. And you're going to be seen tomorrow, January 28th at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on the misdemeanor charge. All right, sir, that is all. You're excused.
Man, everybody's getting out today.
Ramirez.
Let's see what Ramirez did today.
Hi, ma'am. Can I get your full name?
Ramirez.
Ms. Ramirez, I'm seeing you this morning on a couple of different matters. You've got new charges of possession of narcotic drug, possession of dangerous drug, possession of drug paraphernalia. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. I've also got a warrant out of Pima County Justice Court for a shoplift from 2022. We'll deal with that one next. State's asking for a $2,500 bond plus pretrial, given the high scores on the scales. However, I am seeing no prior felony history, steps eligible, and she's got a residence in Tucson. Defense?
Your Honor, we're asking for release. She's going to be released on the steps case anyway, assuming that she is eligible. So allow her to prove that she can show up for court next week.
Or prove that she's not going to show up.
So, ma'am, I'm concerned about releasing you because you've got a prior history of failing to appear in court. I'm going to give you 2 different court dates. One is going to be next week, and one is going to be like in about a month in justice court. You've got to get to both of those hearings so that warrants don't continue to issue for your arrest. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're very likely eligible for a drug diversion program where if you get to Superior Court for your hearing in a week, you could possibly have these felony drug charges dismissed before they're ever formally charged, which would be a really good thing for you given your lack of history. Keep that felony record clean. You interested in that?
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to order release to pretrial services, supervision on the felony, monitoring or treatment as directed by them, no alcohol or illegal drugs. That hearing, the steps hearing, will be in Superior Court on the 3rd floor in 1 week from today. It's next Monday, February 3rd at 9 o'clock in the morning. And counsel, waive time for the PH?
Yes, Judge.
That'll be March 13th. All right, so you're going to get in touch with pretrial and with your attorney at the public defender's office, and you are going to be in Superior Court in 1 week at 9 o'clock in the morning. And then on this justice court warrant, I'm going to order your release on your promise to appear in court. I'm ordering that you not return to the incident location from that shoplift. Your hearing there, it's actually going to be sooner than I thought. It'll be February 10th. So that's in 2 weeks from today. I need this judge in my That's February 10th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon in Pima County Justice Court. All right, ma'am?
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
So you're going to get pretrial services. Thank you for listening to vendor. Your case will be assigned because of this. Yeah, you show up for this.
She had rugs. She had some rugs.
So it's going to take some work.
Brittany, thank you for sharing that live.
It's not complicated, but yeah, so make sure you show up. So you have to do 30 days, but some of them have it's not 30 days from the date. We're going to figure out what you're and then they'll say these are recommendation. It doesn't meet the recommendations for at least 30 days. Most people do the
Hell no, I don't know her.
Thank you.
Nope, I do not know her.
Yeah.
Aaron, thank you for sharing the live. Highly appreciate it. Next on The Price is Wrong, let's see what this gentleman's here for.
Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Homer Lewis Shell Jr.
Mr. Shell, I'm seeing you this morning on a warrant that you have out of Maricopa County for charges of misconduct involving weapons and possession of dangerous drugs. It looks like you've been arrested and released on this a few times. This Maricopa County's asking to hold you on a $5,000 cash-only bond. That's going to be my order. So if you were to post that bond, you would need to make sure that you get in touch with Maricopa County and get yourself a court date, or you could lose that bond. And another warrant's going to issue for your arrest. If you do not post that bond, you'll stay here at Pima County Jail until Maricopa County comes to pick you up, which I would assume will be sometime in the next week or so. But I am going to set a review hearing to make sure that they've come to get you. We'll set that for February 10th at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Your Honor, by chance, would I be able to request the ankle monitor?
No.
I do have work. I just slipped. Okay, no problem.
Sorry.
Thank you.
All right. Your excuse. Thanks.
I got work. Yeah, right. They're going to let you go home, boy. You're going to have to sit in there. You have to go to Maricopa County. And vámonos. Next on The Price is Wrong.
Hi, ma'am. Can I get your full name?
Mighty rough.
Madeline Anthony Wager.
Ms. Wager, I am seeing you this morning on a couple of different matters. You've been charged with 2 counts of third-degree burglary, theft, and criminal trespass of a residential yard and possession of drug paraphernalia. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I am going to appoint the legal advocate's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. State's asking for a $7,500 bond with pretrial services. There is also a warrant out of Santa Cruz County that is for a traffic offense. So we'll deal with that one next. I'll hear from defense.
Your Honor, we're asking for release. She reports she has housing and employment. She has one prior from 1998 in which it looks like she successfully completed probation with a slight extension, and that was over 20 years ago.
Ma'am, where are you living?
AZ, yep.
3 Pines.
Where?
3 Pines, Arizona.
Okay. You've got an address there?
Yeah, I live with my dad.
Okay. So, ma'am, I'm going to order that you be released on these felony charges to pretrial services supervision. You need to be in touch with them when you get out. I'm ordering monitoring or treatment as directed by them. No alcohol or illegal drugs. Do not return to this incident location. And preliminary hearing date is scheduled for February 6th. But, ma'am, that hearing is very likely not going to happen on that date. You're going to get a hearing at a later date, so it's really important that you're in touch with pretrial and with your attorney at the legal advocate's office so that you know when to get to court. Do you understand that?
Yes. Yes.
I'm also ordering that you have no contact of any kind with the co-defendants. And then I'm going to order that you be released on your promise to appear for this. It looks like it's a Patagonia Justice Court case.
Patagonia?
Yeah.
So you're going to have to get in contact with them when you get out. That information is going to be on your paperwork. All right. If you do not get in contact with them and set up a hearing to deal with this, what looks like a traffic offense, then you're just going to continue to get warrants for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. You're excused.
So on YT, I have 2 streams running. I got this stream running, and then I got a border parole.
All right.
From
Thanks, everybody.
Connecticut
Have
running. Oh, that's it. It's over. It's over. Anyhow, hey, so